Oh, we are, man. All right.
Hello to the new viewers.
Oh, yeah. We have new viewers because we found mild success due to shorts.
A little bit.
I mean, I consider it
translated.
success. I think it's important.
It's like a 10x on our normal thing. So yeah, I would consider
like
that a success too.
it's like a 6 to 3 times multiplier on full episode view. And
Yeah.
then the short, man. Oh, man. All right, man.
Pretty crazy.
That was nuts, dude. I woke up that morning and I saw
Keywords.
that and I was like, holy shit.
Keywords are good.
Yeah, dude.
So if you're here from the shorts, let us know in the comments if you came from a short. If you're really mad at us, make sure to include racial slurs and or bad naughty language.
Yeah, dude.
So that we know
I mean, literally all comments are enabled.
they are.
They give you, dude, it's funny. When you upload a video, they literally make the filter like, maybe get
Hold
bad
comments
hold
not for- yeah,
and
yeah.
like maybe approve them if you want them. And it's
Yeah.
just like, nah, man. Comment section go wild.
Yeah. Let's live it up, dude.
Dude, I'm living it up right now. You know who's not living it up though? Tina
Who?
Turner. Tina passed away today, dude.
Tina Turner?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Yeah, she passed
Wait,
away
give me
today.
Give me her bio. What's her?
The queen of rock and roll? Tina Turner?
Okay, I'm gonna expose myself here.
Bro.
Wait, like I love rock and roll.
No, that's Joan Jett, dog.
Yeah, that's Joan Jett. Duh, dumbass.
I mean, the most famous thing you could say for Tina, probably. I mean,
What are her
let's see.
essential songs? Here, we got the 11 essentials right here. A Fool in Love, Ike and Tina Turner. That was her group.
that was Ike and Tina. Yeah.
Nut
Proud
Bush.
Mary.
City Limits. Do we want to
Proud
waste
Mary,
our
keep on turning.
react section on me?
Oh, what's love got to do with it?
Oh, What's love got to do? Okay, see, I just know the song. I don't know the artist.
I know.
I'm not a nerd. Okay, I don't remember names.
What's love
Right.
got to do with it is a great song, dude. I don't know what
It's
you're
a
talking about.
fantastic song. Yeah, I know, but I never was like, oh, I need to know the singer for this one.
Oh my God, Zerka, get out of my life.
What's the name got to do?
Yeah,
That
dude.
sucks,
Now,
dude.
what was funny was when we all found out at work, we all started talking about it, and people started confusing Whitney Houston and Tina Turner very quickly.
See, they look very similar. I just googled a picture of her.
Now that is actually racist.
No,
Just
they
kidding. I'm kidding. They do look,
Shut the fuck
they do
up.
look relatively similar, actually. Yes.
listen.
But
I
you
know
see-
I'm in touch
but you
with my
see,
inner conservative.
Tina
I
did
don't
not have
need
a
you-
crack problem, as opposed
Yeah.
to Whitney Houston, who did in
Miss
fact have.
Houston.
Yeah, but you know, I Want to Dance with Somebody is a banger song. So
Yeah, little known fact: the Whitney Houston screeches were not due to talent. It was actually due to tightening of her vocal cords from crack highs. They were
Bro.
stretching those boys out.
that
She
the
was
boy
singing-
ain't right. I didn't say it. He did. I would never.
And how do you know it was
accuse-
crack? Why are you assuming that?
Because Bobby Brown. That's why.
What if it was powder? Come on,
was crack.
Come on, okay,
It was crack.
all right.
It was
Whatever.
infamously crack because of the video that circulated. I don't know if you don't know about this from the early 2000s, but there's like a video of her and
No.
Bobby arguing, and there's basically crack on the table. I'm pretty sure. So you know, it's just like video evidence.
It's not like powdered. It's not like rock candy.
Nah, dude. It
They're not
ain't-
like doing chemistry, like
cocaine.
food science.
It ain't the cocaine. Nah.
Damn. So Tina Turner, rip, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What a
R.I.P. to the
legacy.
legend. Yeah, actually, like truly, genuinely, kind of a little somber thing. She's top 100 like Rolling Stone artist of all time kind of territory. Pretty good.
Yeah, but Rolling
pretty
Stone put In Rainbows at like number 75 of greatest albums of all time, and Rainbows is
Bro,
easily.
the number one album to listen to before you die.
Yeah.
Kanye West, My Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy.
you
Are they?
serious?
That's like years ago they made that list, which I used to
Oh
agree with
my-
that, but
I forgot.
I don't know. You want to run it back, man?
I think well no, controversy aside, I don't know if My Beautiful Dark Twisted is better than Yeezus, to be honest.
It absolutely is better than Yeezus.
That might
Now
be
you're-
some that might
Now
be some
you're
Zoomer
smoking
stuff.
crack, my guy.
No, bro. Yeezus
Bro,
is a fantastic.
there is one good song on Yeezus, and it's not even that good of a song.
You're talking about the
Black Skinhead, yeah.
Black Skinhead?
Yeah, it's a
No,
good song.
dude, the intro is insane. You come in with like a beam from outer space. It sounds like it's like 50 years ahead of its time.
I'm gonna derail you right here. Yeezus is not even a top 5 Kanye album. It is like bottom of the barrel Kanye performances.
I actually can't believe you. I think Graduation is overrated. I know that there were songs that were like
Oh, I'm sorry.
made
Just the
radio waves and stuff.
popularization of auto-tune entirely. My bad.
No. I'm sorry. 808s and Heartbreaks was the overuse of autotune.
Oh,
So
absolutely. But that
I don't think it
album
was
is
a
still
good thing
better.
that he introduced that into the universe.
Love
okay?
Lockdown still exists. Also, T-Pain introduced it, dog. Actually, Cher introduced it, if you want to get technical.
Actually, no, it's not Graduation that I think is overrated. I think was it Late Registration? What was the first one?
Now you're fucking smoking. It's College Dropout's first one.
College
Dropout,
Dropout.
Late Registration, then...
There's like 3 good songs on all 3 of those on each trilogy, and the
Holy
rest of it
shit,
is like
you are
I have to get through it.
smoking, dog. If you took all the skits out, if you were trying to say skits are annoying or whatever, that'd be one argument.
I'm just talking about like
Bro,
there
I'm
are
pulling up
songs that
Spotify
are
right now. I cannot
there are
believe.
songs that are fantastic, and then there are songs that are like, okay, get me to the good stuff again. Like, I don't want to take away from his legacy, but like if you're taking an album as a whole,
Bro, we're not even
okay.
we're not even talking about Kanye's legacy being dispersed at this point. We are talking strictly album music quantity and quality and a whole.
But I'm saying
shit.
that to include like an album in its entirety, it better be banger from end to end. There better be consistent threads of narrative going through it, or some like
Bro, I cannot believe the slander I'm hearing. Late Registration is all. Wake Up Mr. West, Heard Him Say, Touch the Sky, Gold Digger, Drive Slow, fucking My Way Home, Crack Music. Most underrated song on that entire album. Just gonna say it. Roses, a beautiful song. Fucking Bring Me Down, good.
I just think
from Sierra.
Kanye is not the person to make a concept album. And he went for a concept trilogy, and that was the way to do it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And he did it a lot better than everyone else. Like, if I try to think of a Carter Part 74, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in the
I wouldn't
Lil
even
Wayne
consider
album.
the Carter albums concept albums.
Well, but they are, like, enough to keep the thread going, but
I
they
get what
feel
you're saying.
disjointed enough. I'm definitely not trying to be an Anthony Fantano here, although shout out to him, big listener of the channel.
Oh, yeah, I like the needle drop.
I think that his newer stuff is where he really tapped into his crazy genius. And I think the other stuff was like, it's the same thing as the Beatles, right? And this isn't a hot take, but the Beatles are way overrated. They did really good at their time, but for people who are like, oh my God, it's like the best band in the world. It's like, come on. They're good. They're like a 7, right? A 7
No,
at
the
best.
Beatles are mid as fuck, dude. They're like
That's
3 on my book.
Okay, they're not a 3 because a 7 is like one standard above every other artist wishes that they could touch the like reach that they had, you know?
Okay.
But like,
So like a 6.
It's not like the greatest in the entire universe. And so
No.
I feel the same way about the trilogy. Like with Kanye West, it's like, yes, he had songs that made radio play everywhere. But you know who else did that? Coldplay. You know
I
who
ain't
else
looking
did
at.
that?
I'm not even thinking about radio play. I'm thinking about my personal attachment to some of these songs too, and like my love for them.
Well, I'm shitting all over your personal attachment because you have
Through the wire, homie. That's all I have to say. Through the wire.
Okay, so then we're going to do a different draft here. This is a new segment introduced by Eski. We are not going to draft. We are going to say our 3 favorites, and we can use them.
Okay.
Top 3 Kanye albums. Go.
Okay. In order, or like, are we doing all?
Yeah,
3?
number 1. Start with number 1.
Number 1. My number 1 Kanye album of all time. I mean, honestly, it probably actually is my Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy, or my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Sorry, I always say it wrong. It's my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Twisted
not,
Fantasy.
No, yes, it's not my Dark Twisted Beautiful. Yeah, my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Easily my number 1.
Okay.
Like
Jesus,
so
easy, the bestest album, the most amazing,
Not
like
even.
end to end. Number 2, go.
Not even close, dude. Number 2 all-time Kanye album. Probably gonna just have to go ahead and rank Late Registration. Because I do like Late
Registration's in
Registration.
there?
Yes, yeah, I definitely say that. I definitely prefer it over Dropout, but Dropout has some amazing songs too.
Well, that's there it is. There it is right there. You just said it. Some amazing songs. All right, number 2 for me is Kids See Ghosts.
I mean, I don't disagree with it being on the upper half or like in someone's favorites. I'll say that.
Kid Cudi
I only
is like underrated as fuck.
Oh yeah.
He's only like one of the most like celebrated.
Want to shout out
hip-hop
fucking
artists, but
Gorgeous off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Set track 2 featuring Kid Cudi. Amazing.
Yeah.
Started that working relationship.
True.
I'm gonna say my 3rd. God, like I feel like a bad person not putting Graduation up there because there's some insanely good songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them. Like most of that album has good songs.
Yeah.
I can't. I used to hate 808s to Heartbreak, and now I don't. I have a new love for it.
Oh, I can't get through it, man. I think it's an abomination.
Fucking Welcome to Heartbreak, Heartless, Love Lockdown. Like,
They're like good songs, but I want the I don't know. I'm weird about music. I like when someone has as much talent as he does when they don't fit into like the now. And I think he was pushing a little bit at that point. He was pushing envelope stuff,
I feel that.
but I want him to be wacky and out there.
I'm not gonna say Donda or that. I'm gonna have
scoop, scoop diddy whoop, whoop de scoop de poop. Like that is the Shakespeare of our time. It's so
true.
beyond.
True.
You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. Come on.
Number 3 is gonna be Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne. Okay.
Fuck yeah, Watch the Throne. So fucking good.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta go Graduation for number 3. I know I shit on it.
No,
I
it's
don't
a good
think
album.
I don't think it's top 1. I just think it's a good album.
Bro, there's some
He
really
took
good
all of his
songs.
stuff and he honed it in right there. Really, really good track listing there.
I agree with that.
All right.
See, then my thing is if I don't mention like songs off Dropout, well, the big thing is like Spaceship. Spaceship is such a fucking underrated song that did not get radio play, and that is like every retail like dead end job worker's like fucking anthem. Like
Yeah,
that
true.
song is so good. All Falls Down, amazing song. Jesus Walks.
Jesus walks. Yeah, I mean it's all great songs.
But there also is 21 tracks on College Dropout. So,
yeah.
but then again, like I can't. This is the problem I take like with trying to criticize College Dropout. Like my man, fucking released Registration right 1 year later after putting out College Dropout, and then he single handedly dethroned gangster rap forever and changed it. Like the way the rap worked.
Wasn't he like trying to become a rapper for like 5 or 6 years? I feel like
Longer,
if I'm not
dog.
mistaken. He had
90s.
the trilogy like written out for like 5 or 10 years, and he had like everything ready to
I mean,
perform and
that
maybe
kind
even
of.
record it.
I feel like that goes hand in hand with the whole like, you have your whole life to write your first album. You have 2 years to write your second, like thing that you hear from bands. Like
Yeah,
people talk
fair
about that
enough.
all the time. So there's a very real possibility that he had most
He
of
had
these
it all
songs.
in the tank.
Yeah.
But
So
then he got off the meds and he started getting real goofy. Goofy,
yeah, dude. Yeah,
like
goofy, like
introducing Lil Pump.
Bro,
Did you ever
That was
see-
great. That video was awesome.
I love it's not Fire Kitty. There's a guy who does he made Despacito 2 and then he made
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and he did one for that. I'm a sick duck. I like to fucking quack. Like he made one for I Love It Too.
That's good shit right there, man.
I have an idea for our react that is in that thread a little bit. Have you ever seen Hank of the Hill
Oh yeah.
from Durham Rockersy?
Yes, sir. Yes, of course.
The
I have.
Boggle episode?
Yeah, dude. Boggle, varnish, buff, sand, varnish,
Buff,
buff, sand. Yeah, dude.
I just
So good, so fucking good.
and then she,
The old
she's
days
like,
of YouTube poop is just
Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson.
He's not just my husband, he's my coach. Ooh,
You're a failure.
well, you're a loser.
You're a loser. You're a loser.
You're a big baby. Yeah.
Good shit, dude.
Well,
Think
so
about
I was
that.
reminded of that on TikTok, and that was like something that my friends and I all, I mean, like all of Durham Rockersy's stuff. Then there was a Barney one, which was Benny goes to prison or something, and then there was one like Spinge Bill crosses the ocean for a big hat or something.
Binge Bill.
Spinge Bill, yeah. So these are, but it wasn't like there were other YouTube poops and stuff too, but I feel like these were ones that rose above. Ones that were
peak.
really good, like yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. God, dude.
On TikTok, by the way,
I miss the fucking good old days of content being like that.
where it was just kind of goofy and wacky, and now it's like
Yeah.
16 layers of irony, and I can't understand.
Well,
what's
either you
happening
have
anymore.
like the shortest form video of all time, or you have fucking hour and a half long essay.
yeah,
Which
true.
I mean, like I can't say I haven't not watched some YouTube video essays recently that have like really
Yeah.
fucking like been awesome, and I've enjoyed them.
Yeah,
Like I watched an entire plot of One Piece explained that was 4.5 hours long, and the top comment was like, any One Piece fan trying to explain the plot to a normie, and it's just like a 4.5 hour explanation. Because I mean, it's a 20+ year running series, so it's kind of
Donkey
easy to
did
do that.
Donkey did a Kingdom Hearts storyline explain video, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my
And I
god,
feel like
dude!
that one was kind of long. But then I also watched another video that was like 25 minutes long, talking us through the chronological order of the Kingdom Hearts series, like jumping
And
from.
then there's my favorite guy, the best guy ever, who did it's called PCP University. It's a 3-hour lecture, and this is all before
He
Kingdom
did a
Hearts 3 came
lecture
out.
for his.
So
Yeah,
fucking good. I
yeah.
love
I
that
think he
guy.
shared that with me.
He also did the same thing for One Piece, and it was like a 6-hour lecture, which is really funny to think about. Like, because he gets his friends to like, get in on it and sit in front of him, right? So imagine be like, "Hey guys, we're gonna film a 6-hour long video," and they took breaks. Like he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break," and they cut right back. But like, I just think about like he had to post his homies up for like a whole day. They
Yeah,
probably
he
had to
better
like
have like
order food in the middle or
bought
something.
pizza
Yeah,
and shit. Yeah,
like
for
yeah,
him
you
because
gotta
there's no
buy
way.
pizza. No, DoorDash. Fucking
Uh,
peak.
True, maybe. But if he's like investing that much time into a One Piece explanation, I don't know if he's got DoorDash money, to be honest.
Bro, that video has 460,000 views. You are
Okay,
smoking
maybe
crack.
he
He can
does.
he can more than expense that off of that views. Guaranteed.
Have you seen the Hammer guy? What's his name? The financial audit person?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, it is so funny. He's this like he's a little chubby. I was gonna call him fat, but that's a little mean. He's this white guy with glasses,
Okay.
looks like a total nerd. And what he does is he
You
invites
talking
people
about me?
on.
No. Go on. Go
Yeah,
on.
funny. He invites people onto a show and they sit across from him in his office and he has them print out their bank statements for the last
Wait,
month.
isn't that Graham? What's his face?
Something Hammer. That's his name.
Uh,
Caleb Hammer.
okay, maybe that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of is it Graham Stevenson or whatever? That's another financial YouTuber who's
Maybe
done that
there's
content.
multiple dudes that have done it. But
Probably.
he just did like Adriana Lee's finances.
Oh God.
And so
Wait,
I can't remember what her.
isn't she the one who accused Slick of? That's what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not Slick,
No,
but
Slick,
somebody
crazy Slick. Yeah.
was not Slicker. That's what I was
No,
thinking.
yeah.
The crazy
So
Slicker.
that was fun because we actually had that happen on the pod, and it was like relevant content. That was the confusion point of like, wait, who's Crazy Slick and who's Slicker, and how are they not the same person?
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Now do your thing. This pause is brought to you by your wife. If you have a wife, check and see how she's doing. And if you don't have a wife, I mean that's cool too. But also check on your homies or something. I don't know.
Sorry, our kid's contorting himself in his crib.
Oh fuck
This
yeah,
kid
dude.
moves around so much, and he'll just like be sleeping in the weirdest position. So, I was just making sure that he was
Oh, absolutely.
safe and
Yeah,
alive.
not bending his neck in some weird way and causing like
Yeah. Airway
scoliosis to
restriction.
develop early on or something.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you
She's
develop scoliosis? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure that poor posture and things can exacerbate existing scoliosis.
Okay, so it's
I feel like you might
existing.
have to have the alignment issue to begin with.
That
I
makes
don't know
sense.
if you, I don't know like pre-injury if you can like just have it
I
or
gotcha.
like grow to have it. I don't know. I'm talking out of my dick, so it's
That's
very short
impressive.
and-
You're
yeah.
able to enunciate and project quite well from your dick if that's the case.
Anyway, this Hammer guy did Adriana Lee stuff, and she's not a credit card person. That's like his whole thing is like, you are not a credit card person, blah blah blah. Like you need to cut him up, and it was very interesting to hear her like he's not really trying to be an asshole, but he does get argumentative with people. He like doesn't take bullshit from them, so they'll be like,
Yeah. So
"So
what kind
what
of
is this
things
charge
was
right here?"
what kind of things was she doing other than paying for a lawyer?
Well, there wasn't lawyer stuff included. It was that she has like a 36,000 a year income right now because she's not streaming on Twitch and stuff, and she has like $60,000 of like revolving credit card and phone and
Wait,
I'm
how does
butchering
she
this
have?
stuff.
How does she have? No, what does she do if she's not streaming on Twitch right now? Then
She does Instagram. She does something called Fan House, and I think she does TikTok. So she's monetizing other platforms where she's an influencer.
Right.
But her biggest source, her biggest like variety, is Twitch, and so she averaged it out to be like some months I'll get 9,000, some months I'll get 2,000, and so it's about 6,000, give or take, from my total revenue stream. And then she's like making really dumb decisions about like her appearance for the business. So she's like investing money into stuff that's like not guaranteed. So she like did like a $2,000 hair redo because she fucked up her hair because she thought she was getting a job in LA. but then they like ghosted her. And then another thing was like spending a couple thousand on equipment for like an in-person thing. And so this whole time that she's
Dumb.
explaining it, he's like calling her out on it.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's dumb as
why are you
shit.
doing this? So it's pretty entertaining.
Well, I
I
mean,
need to
there's
find his
also
name.
there's so many ways, like, not to really delve too deeply into like the content creators don't make enough like make too much or not enough money bullshit, but like people who are on the top talk about it all the time, that it's like such a microcosm of a percentage of people who have like a lot of money, and then the rest of the people are making like okay or like fair money. But
Yeah.
if she's, I mean, like, that's just like economics 101. Don't live beyond your fucking means, like, ever.
Easier said than done when like you get one of the justifications was they upgrade me to first class, which is why I love American Express or whatever. They upgrade me to first class sometimes. He's like, you could just save the fucking money if you were smarter with your income to ride
What's
first
so
class.
bad
if that's
about
what you want.
flying fucking economy too? Like,
Well, there's been some crazy shit coming out about like cheap flights. Have you seen the Frontier stuff that's been going around?
I mean, I saw a video of Frontier employees being kind of scummy where the lady was putting like her bag in the thing and she pushed her handles
Yeah.
down just a little bit, but it was like more than enough room, right? And the lady then got mad at her because she's like, she took
It
something
has to
out
go
of the bag.
unassisted.
Well,
Yeah.
no, basically, she's like, you can't do that. And she's like, I took my hoodie out because I'm going to wear it on the plane. Like, it makes the bag
Yeah.
fit now. Like, and it wasn't an issue either way. And this lady was just being a huge bitch, but like the bag obviously fit.
They're for some reason, I don't know if money's tight or if this is just Reddit lying or like one person said one thing one time and now
I
everyone
mean, Reddit
repeats
is
it,
the
but
source of all information that's
true.
accurate. In all of the
Everything
world.
true happened on Reddit.
I've never experienced a lie on Reddit even once.
Supposedly, the people at the gate that have Frontier uniforms on are actually airport employees who are commissioned by Frontier to get people to pay for checked bags when they're like checking into their flight. So people are calling them bag Nazis, and they're like getting really, really fucking crazy. They will pull your
I mean,
ticket
if
you
the
like, start
SS
to argue with
uniform
them.
fits, I mean,
Yeah, true. And there's been some videos that are like, obviously, there's a lot missing from the stories, so they're not just being bitches. But then there's other people that are like, yeah, I put my bag in, it fit. They oversold the plane. They refused at first to like get me a new flight. They just told me that I could either pay $99 or get on a different flight.
okay.
So I'm like really looking forward to flying on Frontier in a week or whatever.
I did not realize you guys are flying Frontier. Best of luck.
Not to home, but to our destination. We are going Frontier.
Yeah.
So we'll have one checked bag, and then my wife will have a fanny pack, and I might have like a small satchel.
It's a purse, okay?
Yeah, we're not. And the thing is, like, I've definitely gotten away with like traveling with my personal item.
Yeah.
And like it's definitely been big. So this is a long time coming, but it's also like, holy shit, they're getting fucking crazy supposedly. So
Well, I hope that's not the case for you guys. Everything goes smooth. But
yeah, me too, man.
we'll see.
Also,
man.
I don't know if we want to tease it, but there will be a union of sorts a week from today.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, you're gonna since you're going and traveling next week. The day before, you're coming to my neck of the woods to leave your kids with the grandma and grandpa. So
Yeah.
you are going to be here. We're going to do an in-person episode.
Let's go.
Yay!
We'll see if this chemistry
Oh, bro,
explodes.
the in-person is so much
Or-
better. There's
Yeah.
there's no delay. There's no internet delay. It's just two
Yeah.
dudes sitting in a room. It's like, all right, we put a microphone in front and we talk.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm
like,
hoping
I don't
it's
know.
good.
Oh, it will be great. I think like literally even for the listeners who are new, like we discussed at the beginning of the episode. Also, what episode number is it, Eski? Fucking tell them right now. Fucking
It's
tell them.
episode 64.
Damn, you right, boy. Let's go.
I know.
Because last week you were right, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. I don't think so. No, you are right. It is 64. Also, if you go back and you watch like the first, like I think it's like 15 episodes, they were all done digitally, and then we finally did the in-person setup, and like the organic chemistry of just having the people in the room is just so much better. It's so much like more fun. Jokes and quips come off so much like faster. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. It is a little awkward, like laughing at my computer screen. Not going to lie. You got to be really funny.
The
But I
most
feel like-
awkward part you'll run into is when we wear the monitoring headphones and you hear your own voice. And the first like 2 minutes we do that and we do the mic test, you're like, "Whoa, this is weird." And then it just settles in and it's just
Well, I
organic
have
conversation.
my own voice going through my headphones a lot too. I want to monitor my volume and stuff. So
Do you?
yeah. So with my mixer, I can turn it to all the way like desktop audio, or I can
Okay.
have it split between you
I
and,
got you.
my
See,
stuff.
yeah,
So
I would have to just since I use voice mod for my mic, I'd have to turn on the monitoring thing for that to hear myself, and I never like that because I feel like there's too much latency. But when you use an in-person setup on like a proper, mixer and everything, like a full soundboard, not really
it's
that
just an
kind of delay.
XLR into an audio device, but
Right.
it's
Right.
it's what allows my headphones to be plugged in, and it's what gives my mic stuff.
That's
There's
sick.
probably better ways to do that, but it's a XLR to USB input.
It's not a Go XLR, is it?
No, it's a audio box from PreSonus.
Oh, that's a good one actually. I know
It
you're
came
talking
with
about.
a Studio One subscription, which
Nice.
I've like opened 600 times and still never figured out how to fucking use. But
What do I do?
yeah, I know FL Studio. I don't know what's going on in this DAW at all.
Yeah, dude. Some DAWs are just absolutely daunting to look at. I feel like I look at Pro Tools, and that's why I've done FL Studio for like most of the time I've ever had to use audio
Yeah,
engineering stuff.
I mean, there's a reason that it's like one of the most popular is because it's intuitive is a general thing, right? So
Right.
it's not intuitive to some people, but I think for the most part, people can understand.
I think
And I
it
feel
is.
like Ableton too, Ableton as well, is something that's like, it seems like, yeah, I understand.
Oh,
what's
I mean,
happening
I
here.
think zero of my music production friends like legitimately use Pro Tools anymore, and they all use Ableton.
Yeah,
The only thing that they cite is
don't
that Ableton eats your fucking RAM alive.
yeah,
I've had friends who are
It's
like, I want to
bloated.
stream, I want to do music on streaming, but I know if I do, my PC will fucking implode. And I'm like, yeah. And we're talking now, guys, like, these aren't like shit PCs either. These are like fucking
Yeah.
fully built,
yeah.
3090
And still,
card. Still,
they're
yeah.
chugging along, struggling.
Bro, okay, my friend at work, shout out John, he sent me this picture. I have to pull it up. Oh god, I have to find my phone. He sent it to me on Teams at work. But I mean, we communicate a lot through Discord, but that's mostly where the memes go.
Shout out Microsoft for making.
Okay, so he sent me this. He was looking at a pre-build, or a build stack he did, right? And it was it's Talon with Intel Xenon W. Okay, over $30,000 PC, and I was just like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Said
yeah.
$30,000.
And I replied with, he goes, and the only thing he said so far was 256 gigs of RAM. And I said, holy shit. And I said, what else you got in there? A Honda Civic?
Yeah, Jesus. Are you
But then I-
fucking frying
But then,
burgers? Like,
well, then
on
I
the-
looked at it, dude, and so the power supply is a 1600 watt EVGA Supernova. And then
Does
the
he need like a
motherboard,
wall mod for his
dude,
power output?
he has a newer computer than me currently. He was just messing around with the configurator basically. But where I realized what it was like it was a 56 core Intel Xenon W9. So like the brand new one.
Yeah, the
Silverstone liquid cooling. 256 gigs of RAM, so 8 32 gigabyte sticks. And this is where I was like, oh, no wonder. He has two NVIDIA 6000 ADA's 48 gigabytes. So two of the highest end video cards in this thing. I was like, why did you do this? And he has like 5 data drives. You get the idea. It's just absolutely insane. And then the last thing I noticed, I was like, oh yeah, you also got the external DVD writer. I'm like, you're going to rip off the entire Blu-ray category from your local library is what you're going to do. Now, I'm going to tell a story about my childhood. My dad, we used to go to the library all the time. And when the dawn of the DVD was like really big, like early 2000s, my dad got a DVD writer in the home computer setup we had going on. So we used to get the DVDs and we would rip them and then we would burn them onto blank DVDs from the library. And then we would like photocopy the cover and then we would have said movie. Dude, my dad at one point had to build, like we built a room into our storage room in the basement for my brother, like fully, did the whole room, did carpet and everything. And then on the back side of that where he had put the drywall, like the slats in between, he built a shelf for all of our DVDs.
Just
It got
for all the burned DVDs.
It got so out of hand. Beyond all the ones we got like as gifts and other stuff too, just how many burned DVDs we had. So that's a great way to have a movie collection is go to your local library and rip all of them.
Realize that it's actually
Yeah,
like the worst.
I've been catching up with my dad more and more over the last couple of months, and I have yet to ask him like, "Hey, so what did you do with all those DVDs you burned?" Because that's crazy.
It is nuts. It's also like the least reliable like storage for data, like CDs, even not just scratches and stuff, corrupt like pretty easily. So like
absolutely.
they don't hold data nearly as well. Like
Not
I think
at all.
magnetic tape is still the go-to for like deep storage.
I also just remember being like, "Hey, Dad, I want to get on the internet and do this thing," or like check out like like MySpace when MySpace dawned, or Facebook in 2007 when I made my page.
Hmm.
and he'd be like, not right now, because he doesn't want to mess up the burning process.
I'm getting in the movie
But
right now.
like,
Yeah.
dude, you would start the burning process like right before bed on like a Saturday night. You wake up on Sunday morning and it was still going like 13 hours later.
We didn't know how bad we had it, dude.
Dude, actually, we really did not. Like the age of information and the explosion of the home computer over the last 10 years being this like
Well,
hardware piece is
I'm
just
starting to realize like how much I'm taking for granted stuff. So like I always in the first couple of years of my relationship with Rachel, in like 2015, 2016,
shout out your
I was like,
wife.
yeah, true. She's amazing. She
Based.
just like broke through her last hurdle of research, and now it's
Oh
kind of
fuck
smooth
yeah, dude. We
sailing
talked about that once
to start.
before already. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So she now has transformance of the thing that she's trying to transform. So
Fuck yeah,
she's now
dude. She's
going to
gonna
grow.
solve the problems of rice patties around the
She's
world.
gonna she's gonna grow the plants with the trait that she thinks they should have, and then we'll see what happens. And it's probably
Fuck
gonna
yeah,
be
dude. That's
right. And
awesome.
yeah,
Like I'm
but
actually, I want to pause. This is like genuine enthusiasm. That's so fucking
yeah,
cool.
no,
I
it's
think
it's really neat.
I think it's really cool that your wife does something that could literally change the entire world.
Yeah, I did overstate a little bit because she's doing the negative thing relative to the problem. So what she's doing is she's taking the thing that's in a bad plant and putting it into a good plant.
To see
So
if it will.
these plants aren't going to solve the issue, but what they're going to do is they're going to solidify that this is the cause of the issue,
Right.
and then someone else is going to have to come along and come up with a fix, given that this information is
Someone's got to
proven or
do the
whatever.
legwork to get it
Yeah.
going, though. You know.
Yeah, no, but and that's how like a lot of research now is not done in a way to like necessarily be monetizable. It's just to like solidify, okay, we've gone through these processes, we've done 600 million steps and tests along the way, and we've verified that
Right.
these things lead to this thing
That's so
in
fucking cool. Dude.
biology, at least with like statistical analysis for politics or math or whatever. It's like a totally different route, but for like physical science, where usually you're testing a gene structure or a medicine or something, you're going along this track to verify that, okay, I believe that this thing makes this happen, and here's what proves that that's the case. So anyway, I'm sorry, I just got
No,
really
no.
like autism there for a second, but
That's not autism. That's like
yeah.
genuinely exciting.
Yeah.
Also, like, what like real world value do we often offer sometimes other than our personal opinions of like music or politics? When
Yeah,
we can
true.
actually share something that's like a scientific breakthrough.
But we're also like humans, right? And the human experience is built on me being convinced that you're real and you're sharing things that assimilate onto my own sensory data
The
that
shared
makes me have an experience.
experience sensation.
Well, I've talked about this a couple times, but I'm not actually unconvinced that I'm the only person that exists and everyone else is like a simulation to like to make
Eski
me
took
think that I'm
fucking
real.
both pills, and now
No,
he
it's-
took both
I
red
don't
and blue, and
know.
now he's just seeing shit.
There's just sometimes like synchronicities, sometimes stuff that like happens that's like too perfect. So I don't know. I'm not unopen to the idea that like I'm actually just a program that like is being observed from a computer screen, much like you know.
I mean, we could all
ChatGPT.
be, but like we could
Yeah.
have the perception that we're not, and that's like the whole,
Yeah,
the disillusion.
yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? The belief in like how solid and stored things are is actually crumbling before my eyes when it comes to like internet data, because I used to like reference like, oh, I never delete my text messages with my wife, so like I have messages from like when we first started texting each other.
Yeah.
That's actually not the case anymore. Apple doesn't actually keep everything from the very beginning. I haven't adjusted it, but I can't go back. It stops at like 2019 or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. I tried to go back all the way one day.
Yeah,
And now we've got like,
I tried to do the
sorry.
same not too long ago, actually, with Sam and I's stuff, just to see, like, because we were talking about the circumstances at which we ended up finally being together, because we had a little, like, a rocky history, just like, we were both younger, and we both had different points in our lives where we were, like, interested in other things, or we liked each other, but this one thing about the other person irritated the other, whatever, dumb thing. Bro, there's
that's totally not the same.
there is
now.
a story that I could tell that I would rather leave to say and be able to tell it over a cup of water. That was the first argument we ever had, and it was
Jesus.
Yeah, it was an insane notion. I don't want to get into the details because it's a little personal, but it's
Okay.
the point is that we have bickered over some very silly things and then just not talked to each other for like a year when we were much younger. Yeah, like Sam and I started trying to date in like 2015, and we didn't actually get together until mid 2018. So. Yeah, it's
And
all
then
right.
around year 2, the world shifted, and you guys were like, "Well, we we have
No.
each other."
Yeah, I don't think that was the point in time.
I
Actually, it's
know.
funny as
I'm just
we
kidding.
adopted a dog right before the pandemic,
Yeah.
and then it was
So
like,
you
damn.
really got to like,
Well, it was tough actually because the dog had so many separation anxiety issues. We didn't know what to fucking do with him, or like we couldn't leave him in a kennel, or else he'd shit all over himself. And he's a white husky, so that's not
yeah,
like conducive.
yeah.
One time we left him in the bathroom to see if that would be like a good area for him, and he turned the water on and flooded the bathroom, so we had to get a
Oh
shop vac. Yeah,
no,
and then
dude.
the pandemic happened, and I got to work from home, so I spent like every day with him for like 10 weeks, and
Yeah. So
he
you
adjusted
didn't
much
solve the
better.
anxiety. You had the you just got to be with him all
I
the time,
mean,
which is yeah,
I think it didn't solve it, but it definitely improved it. I don't think it's
yeah.
solved now. I think he still has issues and he still occasionally does some dumb shit, but he knows better of what to do now than he used to. So
That's good. And he'll tire out as he gets older. He'll stop being so
I mean,
fucking.
he's still a husky, man.
Yeah, that's
He's
true. He will tire out slightly.
yeah, and
He'll
then
go
he'll
from
just
like
get
a
really excited
99 to
again.
a 97. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's still
Anyway,
just a baby lad. So.
like Imgur
Yeah,
is going away for a lot of like the important stuff, and I
porn.
think there's like front page posts now that are getting like 100 upvotes. I don't know if you remember like the days of Imgur, if you ever like were on the
I
site
do.
when it was like when Banana for Scale became a thing, or like
Oh god,
the
banana for scale is the greatest reference point of all time.
yeah, there's like
Especially considering
it's just
bananas
gone.
can be varying in length.
Yeah, I know. It's great. I think there were like 50,000 upvotes like on front page stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like 100 now. Like it's a dead website. The Internet Archive might go away, which was like everyone's like
What about the
this
Wayback
is the
Machine? Is that still going to be around?
that's I do you know about what's happening with the Internet Archive?
No, what happened?
So it got sued by publishing companies because during the pandemic they temporarily rescinded their like we're only loaning out certain numbers of copies of digital books. They had like a whole system where it was like they were a virtual library.
Okay.
But they temporarily turned that off given the circumstances of COVID, and allowed more copies to be circulated than they had the rights to. And so they're being sued by the copyright owners, and they lost. They lost in their court case, and so
Wow.
they are now owing I don't know what numbers are if there's been settlements figured out or whatever, but like it could bankrupt them because they're not a huge operation money wise.
Wow, that
But
sucks.
yeah, it's kind of shitty. So I think they're trying to appeal and stuff. But anyway, if that goes away, bye bye Wayback Machine, bye bye like I know that there's always been these efforts to like we got to back up the Wayback Machine, we got to make sure we have it and stuff, but like
Yeah.
even if it's stored on some server in an ice box in, Iceland or whatever, and Greenland, this would have been more.
No,
It's stored
dude,
in an ice box in
I think
Greenland, but
Reykjavik is a great place to be stored, actually. That's Iceland.
right next to the volcano, right?
It's beautiful.
It's not the same as like going to a website any point in time and being able to access it immediately.
Yeah.
And then like all of our stuff that we stored on CDs is probably not going to be good in like 30 years. I think cassette tapes are good for like being able to recall information, but like digital laser disc is like I'm pretty sure it has like a 20 or 30 year lifespan, and then it starts to degrade and just not be good anymore.
Wow.
So like we're just gonna have like everyone acts as if the internet is forever and stuff, and for a lot of points it is. But unless we like figure out longer term storage stuff, we're gonna start losing chunks of what happened, and it's still gonna be caught in our experience. I mean, it's more documented now than it's ever been, right? Because it used to be books and newspapers and stuff, but
Right.
like I don't know.
That's sad.
How do we fix it, Fleeb?
Floppy disk.
I mean, you might be onto something there.
Bigger floppy disk.
Yeah, we need one big floppy disk. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude.
got? I got a floppy dick that I'm gonna show, and with that,
Dick
we move
ska.
on.
Let's talk about another lawsuit. Actually, that was one that I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
I don't think we talked about it last week, and I've been trying to dance around it for a little bit. Ed Sheeran won his court case.
Oh yeah.
He's been in and out like litigation for like almost like 6 or 7 years. He said, I think. There was a clip that I linked a little back where he was on Stern and he was talking about it, and he basically was talking. And I referenced like why it was important when it all happened, but basically, the court case was against. I want to say I don't think it was Stevie Wonder, but I'm double.
It was the estate of
Marvin
Stevie
Gaye.
Wonder.
It was Marvin Gaye.
It was the estate of Marvin Gaye. That
Yes, it was
grubby
his. It
fucking
was his
daughter of
daughter.
his.
Yeah, but
Grubby
basically
and like money grubbing. Not. I don't
the
mean it
no,
in a.
like legitimately, completely money grubbing. So like,
And it's probably just her lawyer, not even her. That's
well,
like, hey,
the
listen.
whole thing in these cases that always happens, but this one particularly being big is that it was for thinking out loud, which obviously that song's like a fucking mega super hit. But
Yeah.
if they would have won, they basically would have been able to own a chord structure and progression, which is like the most inane fucking thing. But he talks about it in the Stern clip where like he mentions that like yeah, so like this song came out in the 1970s, and he's like, so we went back and we found other songs that use the same chord progression from like the 20s, the 30s, and then even farther back in like the 1500s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like,
And
yeah, that you can't own a chord structure. Like it's a progression. It's
it
music
goes
is
back
math
to
essentially, and
it goes
like
back to what we're talking about a little bit with like deep faked voices. Like does a record company which owns someone's likeness in perpetuity till the ends of the universe?
yeah,
Is that actually true? Like if they can just start pushing out songs in someone's voice forever, like in 19 or 2500,
you know who they
we're
won't be
getting the
doing that
60s.
with?
Who?
Ice Cube, because he made a statement that if anyone uses his voice for a deepfake like AI thing, that he'll sue them.
I. That's so weird. Why? I don't know.
Nah, dude, Ice Cube fucking rules.
Wait, so and people haven't responded to that? I'm about to make an Ice Cube deepfake video right now. Let's fucking go, dude.
Bro, we don't have the fucking fund for that. What are you talking? I'm not getting sued by Ice
Oh,
Cube.
Eski is just gonna do it
Yeah,
himself
Eski
for shits and
Incorporated.
gigs.
No, bro.
Listen,
I ain't trying to fuck with Ice Cube. That man's way too serious.
is he a black Israelite? Didn't
I
he get onto
I
some
don't
like
know if he
crazy
is.
crazy Muslim shit or something?
Is are you saying Muslims are crazy, Eski? Are
No,
you being
I'm sorry.
Islamophobic on the podcast?
I am in fact not.
I'm
There are
kidding.
okay Muslims who are still misogynist, but then there are
Yeah, like
black
ISIS.
Israelites who are like uh, anti-Semitic Muslims, right? So
Ah,
those are the ends of it. Either
I
you
don't,
hate women or you hate the
I
Jews, or
don't think Ice
maybe you
Cube
hate both.
crushed
I don't
in.
know.
Okay, well, as we know, all conspiracy thought always leads to anti-Zionist rhetoric, but
True,
but
based
I
as
don't think
they
Ice Cube is
deserve. I'm just kidding.
anti-Zionist.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm good
I
on
can,
that one.
it's there is a that it was really big in conscious rap in the 90s was the black Israelite like
Yeah, but so was like rampant homophobia. Looking at you, framed picture on my wall, DMX.
dude, I don't know if we talked about this in our first episode together, but listening to a DMX album today or like a record from him is actually so fucking crazy. Like the stuff that he says is nutty.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, funny stuff. Anyway,
Ever told you the story
yeah,
behind the DMX picture?
I don't know why.
It's a white elephant gift.
Oh, I think we did talk about
Yeah,
this.
my
Yeah.
friend, my friend Joe gave it as he went to Goodwill and he found that, and that was his white elephant gift. I was like, that's a banger idea. And for every white elephant I've done ever since I have gone to Goodwill and found some obscure object.
My only white elephant gift, and I am absolutely proud of this one, is I went to a porn shop and I
Okay.
said, I want a porno that has the biggest, blackest dicks that you can find me. And I bought like 3 titles, and that was the white elephant gift, was just big black cock porn.
I didn't.
It was great.
I did not do this myself, but Sam did once. They have mystery bags at porn shops usually.
Oh,
Yeah, so one of her ideas was like someone's like, oh, they recommend she do that for a white elephant gift, so she went and did that. We went together and she bought that, and she's like, should I get the one that's like $15? The one that's like 25. I'm like, 25. Why not? The limit's 25. Might as well.
you ever considered using the preview room inside of a porn shop?
No.
I've
Have you ever
so
seen? Have you ever seen other human beings walk into the preview rooms and stuff, or like the theater parts of a sex
I
shop?
feel like I can just hear the crunchy like jeans like walking through, or like
Yeah,
smell the.
I
Smell the body.
legitimately like one time when we were at a sex shop. I think it was for that purchase of the mystery bag, and we saw like a older, heavier set white gentleman walk towards us. I was like, Jesus fuck, get me out of here.
So
And I always feel so bad for sex shop workers because it's usually women. They're usually super nice, very friendly, very kind, like just doing their job, working at a store that
Yeah.
sells the goods they sell. And then you just have this fucking clientele. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, imagine if it was a sex barista shop or something, like coffee and
that would be
porno.
horrible.
Wait, I actually don't know about this. You might have some insight. Didn't they used to have like smut theater. Didn't they used to have like in cinema like
I'm sure they did somewhere.
triple X
Yeah.
triple X nights or something?
I mean, nothing that I can remember being like a thing when I was a kid
I don't think
or
it was in
anything.
our time. I think it was like maybe 70s or 80s. But I feel like
The 70s
I
were
always see
crazy.
it referenced
The 80s were loaded with cocaine, so I believe it.
in The Departed, especially in The Departed. There's a scene where they're going to a porno show at like a movie theater. Do you remember that scene
I do. I do roughly
where
remember that,
you
yeah.
see Jack Nicholson's dick? It's not his dick; it's a prosthetic. But
My man couldn't even hang dong for
yeah,
real.
I actually don't know that. I just
Fucking
made
not
that
even
up,
a
but
good act. Jack
yeah.
Nicholson, mid-actor, cannot hang dong.
You were talking about Doc.
Who do you
Go
think
ahead.
would be a great actor who could hang dong who hasn't?
Hasn't no,
I
I'm
feel like
not answering
Hugh
the question.
Jackman would be a good one. I feel like that man
Hugh
could.
Jack,
Yeah, huge Jackman.
huge man Jack. Who is the John Favreau? Doesn't he like have a huge dick?
I
And
have
anytime a
not
penis
heard
is
that.
no, not John Favreau. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
Great time to be interrupted by your child.
Who is the guy? He was in The Lighthouse with
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Willem.
I hear that
It's not William. It's
Willem.
Thank you.
I've heard that he has a huge dick. And
I've
anytime
heard
it's
that
ever been
rumor
shown
too.
on screen, it's always been a prosthetic because it's been like too
Pushed
much.
down. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
he's
they
wearing
had
a
to
sock
tuck
to
it
contain
and
that
put
shit.
another one. Yeah.
I think I actually did hear that once.
Yeah. So I bet you he could lay some pipe.
Probably.
God, I want him to lay some pipe. That's really what I'm wanting right now.
Yeah, I was surprised when he didn't do that in the newest Spider-Man movie. That was kind of weird that he didn't show his green.
I want you to web me.
Peter, I want you to see my Green Goblin. That's not even a good Willem Dafoe voice, but Peter. That movie was actually so good. Have you seen that Spider-Man?
The original?
No Way Home. The most recent one. Not the Spider-Verse one's coming out next month. It's the one that came
This
out
isn't an animated one. This is a real
live
person
action.
one?
Yeah. The most recent Tom
Is this
Holland
with
one.
Tom Holland?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no. I have
Bro.
not seen a Spider-Man since Mannequin Spider-Man.
All right, well, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
All of the fucking Spider-Men come back. It's like a little crossover one where they have Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire reprise their roles as the other Peter Parkers. No, it's sick. It's actually so well done.
What's the explanation that they just...
Okay, so at the end
just all
of the
were-
second Spider-Man, what happens is Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio like fakes his death. He doesn't fake. He dies fighting Spider-Man in Europe, but then he has hacked. So Tony Stark has died by this point in the MCU, and Tony was like Spider-Man's like role model, basically. Like he helped him
Okay.
like build the suit and get more advanced and all that. So Tony leaves his little network and his like special glasses that he always wears to Peter, which then controls like all of his like network of drones and shit, like Tony's global like spy network, basically, or information network, you could say.
Okay.
So then Jake Gyllenhaal, who was a former employee of Tony, who was besmirched at the beginning of Captain America Civil War, the whole connection there that they explained very well, actually. He like plays Peter for a con, being a like hero from another universe, but really he's actually just a dickhead who wants Tony Stark's technology. And he releases a fake news video of Spider-Man, and he like reveals his identity, says he's Peter Parker to the whole world. And the best part was, in this universe of Spider-Man, the MCU one, J. Jonah Jameson, who was played by who plays him? Hang on.
I'm just picturing the edit right now where like it's slowly zooming in on my face.
What
like
is his name?
deadpan.
What is his name?
like-
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, of
Yeah,
course.
so J.K. Simmons reprises his role, but he's a different version of J. Jonah Jameson, and he's basically an Alex Jones-like character with his fake news, and he's just like, Spider-Man's a villain. He killed Mysterio, whatever, right?
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
frames him. So the next movie starts right where that leaves off, and he's like, oh, fuck, my identity's just been dropped to the whole world, which endangers his loved ones. So he goes to Doctor Strange, and he's like, hey, Doc, we took down Thanos. Can you do a spell to make everyone forget who I am? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And he starts casting the spell. And then he's like, well, actually, I don't want this person to forget. And this person. And it gets more and more complicated until the spell fucks up. And then what happens is that nobody knows he's Spider-Man. But then everyone, I think it's like, I don't think it's either. I remember the technicality. It's like either people can remember he is Peter Parker or he can't. Oh yeah, they can't remember Peter Parker or some shit like that, right? Which is his name. But basically, that means that the multiversal villains, like the ones from the other Spider-Man movies that have Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire, they're like looking for Peter Parker. So they end up like the boundaries between the multiverse, which is like a whole other thing with the multiverse shit going on. And
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Yeah,
right.
in
That's
our
like,
sermon.
well, that's the thing. This happened before Loki. So like the whole like Loki timeline thing that didn't happen until after. So it's like, oh, the multiverse is crashing in on itself because of this bullshit that you did, Peter. And now all these villains are coming to him trying to find him. And like, so like, Doc Ock forgets that, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is the Peter he's looking for. He's just looking for Peter Parker. So he thinks it's that Spider-Man. And all of these villains show up and Peter captures them like one by one. And he's like, I'm going to help them. Like the issue is they all end up dying in their universe and he doesn't want them to die.
Okay.
The Spider-Man doesn't kill and stuff. Right. So he's just
Yeah.
these guys, like, I think we can, if we can help them and help change them in some way, cause like Doc Ock's in Spider-Man 2, his little arm pack is malfunctioning. It's what's making him evil and crazy. Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2, just he didn't get the help he needed to regulate the electricity that his body generated. And if he would have had some kind of regulator, it could have saved him from going nuts and like going out of control. So Peter basically finds this way to help all these people, and he's successfully doing it up until Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin turns on him because he thinks he's already helped him, and he's like actually reveals like, just kidding, Peter, I'm fucking evil as shit, and he murders Aunt May. Marissa Tomei's Aunt May, the hottest of all the Aunt Mays.
This is the most recent
No
one
Way
with
Home. Yes.
Tom Holland.
Yes.
No
And
Way
then
Home.
after that point, they open gates to like try to find Peter, and then Ned, his homeboy, opens up a Doctor Strange style gate, and then it's like another Peter Parker walks through. It's Andrew Garfield, and then another one goes through another portal, and it's Tobey Maguire, and they're all Peter Parker, and they're all like. There's a really cool scene actually where they talk about how Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker does not have web shooters. He generates the web from his wrist. And they're like, how the hell do you do that? Like, there's like a whole like very funny like poking
Questioning
at that shit. Yeah, it was good. Like honestly,
the fabric of the movie. Yeah.
basically like all of the bullshit that happened with the MCU here, like it's declining, happened after that movie. And people are now saying Guardians is like the saving grace, that like everything between Spider-Man and then this Guardians movie was trash. Which I wouldn't fully agree with that notion. I think there's some decent little gems in there, but they're not truly like as good as the other stuff.
I'll tell you what. Just hearing your 15-minute exposés
Was that 15
on them.
minutes?
I don't know. I'm just whatever the length
I'm
of time.
sorry,
that it takes to
listener.
describe it. It's fine. Those are like enough for me to be like, okay, this is. I'm sure it's cool.
Yeah,
but I'm not in because
I think
will want to
out of
understand
all
it.
of the ones that I've mentioned, I think that's probably like the best. Like you could watch the movie and enjoy it because it's Spider-Man being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And if you like the old Spider-Man movies, then you will get like kicks out of these ones because there's
Spider-Man.
like
I think I liked them because I was a kid. I haven't watched them, but I always remember hearing that like
they come off
Spider-Man 3
very
is actually
cheesy.
yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is a bad movie. But
It was when like superhero movies were kind of lame and like only the really big fans watched them just to get angry.
It's pre-Iron Man.
I like rage porn to jerk off to, and then like Iron Man cycled in like
Well, I think the thing that's notable about the first three Spider-Mans is that those are Sam Raimi movies, and they're like Sam Raimi movies before they're like Spider-Man movies sometimes. Mm-hmm. Kind of like in the way that James Gunn movies are James Gunn movies before they're MCU movies. So, also shout out James Gunn yet again. He's from Missouri. Wow, Pog.
Amazing. Didn't they make a reference to our stomping ground?
My guy, they make in the original Guardians. They reference like St. Charles.
Yeah, that's what
which is like badass because that's pretty much where we're from. And
isn't
then
there a character that's from St. Charles in this newest one? I think
Star-Lord, my guy, the main Peter Quill, the main character.
Oh.
That's where he's originally from. But then also they have a Dairy Queen scene in the newest one apparently, and it's modeled after the Dairy Queen off 94 that like down like the Weldon Springer. It's modeled after where that Dairy Queen is.
I passed by that many a time.
I drove past there 2 days ago. Having run an errand out that way, so yeah, I thought it was crazy. But I was like, wow, I know where that is. Neat. Yeah. And also, how very fucking St. Louisian of this guy to be like, yeah, I made this bullshit up. Now there's a whole movie franchise about it. That's like the most St. Louis move I've ever heard.
Spinning a tale, and then getting billions of dollars of IP from it.
All right, let me ask you a question. You put this in the ideas channel, and I did not know what you meant, and I wanted an elaboration. TikTok shop is something else, is what you said.
Yeah.
What is that?
I was trying to tie it earlier. Now I'm glad that we came back to it. You have a new feature on TikTok. Quick like backstory for people who don't know what TikTok is. It's a short form app that you can watch videos on. It is heavily tailored to your personal taste. If you use the app the way that it's supposed to, so you can find just constant like chuckle fuck moments in the hours that you end up scrolling because you lose track of time because of how good it is. But what they've done is they've introduced a couple different methods for businesses to monetize on there. So normally you would expect like advertisements to interrupt like normal TikToks from real people that aren't like advertising. It's just made for entertainment purposes. But they've gone a step further. And what would normally happen is you would scroll to like a promotion video
Hmm.
and it would just say promoted and you'd like say, okay, I can skip past this. This is just going to be like an ad, like a commercial break or whatever.
Right.
And they've started showing stuff from people's shops, which means that when you watch the video, it is still a structured, usually funny video, but it's tailored around a particular product
Mm.
that you can buy right then and there. And so what you do is you can click on the screen, there'll be like the thing that they're talking about in that video.
Hmm.
You click that button and it shifts the screen up a little bit, and there's like a little white bar now
Oh, so a
that
non-invasive
ha-
ad.
you can buy it in that section.
Oh,
You
that's
can
cool.
literally like click add to cart, enter your information, click checkout, and it'll use your Apple Pay account to buy the stuff.
That's cool. I like that.
And because what was happening before was if you had a shop, if you had advertisements, if you were advertising your products, you would have a link in your description on your page. So someone have to
Right.
go to your page, click on the website, then check out the thing that they wanted.
Right.
And then also with live streams, that was the thing too, where there'd be showcases of stuff. You'd have to click onto their profile, click on the
Oh,
website, check out
that's
stuff.
probably huge for like even what you
So
do with the card
what's
stuff.
happening is I got access to TikTok Shop on Sunday, and I've made $1,100 in 4 hours of streaming
Holy
with
shit.
Pokemon because I now have a reach of anywhere from like 200 to 600 people that can
Fuck
just
yeah.
tune in and can cycle through my product on my shop and like clean me out. So it
That's
basically took me
sick.
from the jaws of defeat. Like I'm sitting on all of this Pokemon. I don't know if I've shown my shelf recently or whatever, but like it was full to the brim Sunday, and now it's like I have like holes now, and I'm
That's
like
good.
I now have a stream schedule and stuff, which I feel weird. If you guys want to check it out, it is Monday, Thursday, Friday at 8:30 Eastern.
I highly
That's
recommend
when
you check out your stream actually because I've
I'm
I've tuned in on a few of them just for fun to like see how you're
yeah,
doing, and it
hmm
gets hype, dude. Like it gets hype
yeah,
watching people react to like the polls they end up getting and stuff.
yeah,
They win their lottery
yeah.
slot and all that. Like it's cool,
Yeah. Boomtown Breaks is the name of the channel. We'll include a link in the description for that.
bro. I remember
But
when you started that channel and you're like, "Help me get it going," and then all of a sudden it was just rolling.
yeah. Yeah, well once we got to Whatnot, like the
Mhm.
thing is there's been like different waves of like ease for being a streamer of this particular thing. When you're selling packs on eBay, it's pretty straightforward. But
Yeah,
when you're selling packs on a live stream, you usually have to cultivate an audience around it. You have to build trust with them and stuff. But that eventually gets beaten out by somebody who has a bigger audience already that sees like, oh, I can just make money by doing this, and then they
right.
come on and suck up the oxygen in the room. Whatnot, I was able to make a bunch of money because I was like one of 30 people that could stream Pokemon somehow. I don't know how I
Right.
managed to finagle my way in there, but like I was. It was very easy for me to like put stuff up and make sales.
Well, shout out to the talk for being like yet another again amazing
It's
innovation.
it feels just like 2 years ago, like when I first started Whatnot. Like that's
That's
exactly
awesome.
what this stuff feels like. And
That's
so
good.
when I say TikTok Shop is wild, I just mean like it's crazy how fast things have changed. And so I'm like restructuring my
I
work
think
schedule
it's
and
a good
stuff. And
sign of the progression of TikTok though, because I mean, last year the big innovation was like, Twitch put out their thing saying you can multi-stream as long as it's not on YouTube or whatever.
Mhm.
So that kind of thing. I mean, I scroll and occasionally just see Ninja live playing Fortnite, and I'm like, I know this dude's on 7 other platforms also live,
Yeah,
but good for
Instagram
him.
Live,
Good for him.
Twitter, TikTok. Yeah,
I remember when
yeah.
he
So
started doing the multi-streaming and he had the fucking phone cam in the corner of him playing for TikTok. I was like, all right, dude, figure it out. Let's
yeah.
not do that.
Well, because they only gave you access to the TikTok live streaming thing on your desktop to
Right.
like certain people.
Right.
So there'd be the random channel with 1,000 followers that's like actually just an Asian botting service that's like replaying a video of some
Yeah.
like cam girl to like try and harvest your information. Like they would get it, but then like people that have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers would just be like left ghosted.
So you stream on a couple platforms, right?
I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. So when I
Right.
do my video game stuff, I'm on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube.
Right.
And then I'm trying to get on Rumble, but I need like a following to do that. So
Absolutely. So I only stream on Twitch.
Yep.
There's two things that I've done recently. Number one, personal choice. I have disabled ads on my channel entirely. It kills new views. I regularly, when I play Marvel Snap, have like random just people pop in my chat, had a new follower like a couple weeks ago, talked like the entire time since he got there, which is going back
Nice.
and forth with me. And I was like, this is great. I'm glad he did that. He even said, hang on 1 second, ad. And I saw that.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
this is my inspiration for it. Cause I saw that and he wanted to continue the conversation with me, but hang on, there's an ad. And I did mention, I'm like, yeah, if you do subscribe, you do wipe away ad, but like, I only want people to give primes really. Like I don't really push people to get a subscription to me.
Spend their dollars.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate people do, absolutely, and I have certain friends who've done it every month since I've started and been an affiliate. But I kind of had a revelation the other day, like how much it kills my new viewer experience. Because if it's anything after, I was doing minimal ads too. I was doing 1 minute an hour, so I was keeping it as small as possible. But pre-roll ads are a thing, and those would always fucking kill the new guy. They get in, 2 seconds plays, immediate 30-second window of ads, and then you get to sit there for an hour and enjoy that. I fucking hated that because I'd have people who would come in and I can, you see the number fluctuate. You see it go up 1 or 2 people and then it just drops immediately. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I had the realization when I looked at some stats from a stream previous and I was like, I had 19 different viewers or like 20 or 30, something like that. I kept like looking at different ones, but the max I only ever had at a time was like 5. I'm like, what's going on there?
Yeah, we're losing them somehow.
And I realized that's what it was. Shout out to, once again, I've mentioned this guy probably 4 times in the last like 3 episodes, Jeff Hoogland, my favorite Snap creator, but he was the one talking about like, it's not that fucking hard with the ad thing. Like seriously, he's like, you click the thing off and you do no ad. Like it just showed his display of ads. I was like, I'm just going to do that. I can't help but think that it's hurting me in some way. And then it showed because 2 nights ago I streamed in anticipation for the new card release on Snap, which did not happen.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, well, it was a bigger deal. It was like it's basically the most hyped card in the last 6 months because what it does is it takes all the vanilla cards in the game and it gives them an ability now.
Oh boy!
So it basically was when you get 1 card, you get 7 other new cards functionally, and everyone was pretty hype on it. And then there was a bug, which before I talk about that, I want to talk about the other innovation on Twitch, which someone else pointed out to me. If you go to a section on Twitch now, like for a certain game, so I went to the Snap section, at the top of the whole thing, there's this like window, and it's like pretty big, like full sizable chunk of the screen, and it has creators that you can like press the arrow and you can like scroll through, so you don't have to click on their stream to like see what they're doing. You can just see what they're doing. No pre-roll necessary. And I was like, this is huge. Like, so like, Snap, like even during then it was like, I think 8K people, maybe 10K around, the hypest card streaming. At the, watching the streams at the time, like seeing that you could scroll through and see what different people are doing or playing, like that's like super convenient. And not having to look at those tiny little things. So I noticed not a sizable uptick, but I did have like about like 35 different individual views and an average of like anywhere from 5 to 7 people watching during that last stream. And I'm like, this is good. This is growth. This is
we're doing good things.
But also it was people coming in and being like, what's up with the new card situation? Do you know anything? And now I want to talk about that. So Second Dinner, great little indie company. Right, founded by Ben Brode and Co. Ben Brode, one of the original creators of Hearthstone, and then the second game director of Hearthstone before he moved along. Amazing guy. The team's generally amazing through communication. Some things are a little muddy sometimes on how they communicate them, but nothing too serious. However, when everything was happening on Monday, when this card was not coming out, because everyone knew around it would be 10 p.m. my time, so 11 p.m. your time was when the rotation for the week comes, because they have a token shop where it displays the newest card for the week. That card cannot be locked. It's only there for 1 week, and then it goes into the pool of other Pool 5 cards, and that rotates in a different slot right next to it. So everyone knew that like we were counting down the days till Howard the Duck was not the new card, and the High Evolutionary was the new card. Everyone knew the High Evolutionary was coming. It's a big fucking deal. Like I made my title like this card will change the meta because it has already.
Yeah,
it did not. Like it just reset. Howard the Duck was still there, and we're like, what's going on here? No. So everyone's checking. I'm checking. I'm like literally pulling up other Twitch streams on my stream, being like, what the fuck is happening going on here? Yeah. And then it's not until I see Twitter comments that are screenshots from the developer Discord. and like the community Discord that are them saying like, hey, we're having an issue, we're trying to fix this, try to figure out a workaround. So all these like developments that we were getting for the first like night when everything was really, the shit was hitting the fan, it was entirely through Discord messages that were screenshotted, which was not great. And then yesterday, I think it was around 7 p.m. my time, and it was 2 hours before that, so 5 p.m. my time, right? So almost a full 20 hours after they had known there was a problem, they finally made a tweet saying, we've addressed it, we know that there's an issue, we're gonna, instead of being able to do an over-the-air fix, we have to do a whole new patch basically and fix something on this one side, and then we should be able to hopefully have it to you. And then it was, the most annoying thing of all this was 5 minutes after the launch of the card should have happened, the push notification came to my phone saying the High Evolutionary is available in the token shop. And I'm just like, no, he's fucking not.
No,
like, come on, stop the push
bastard.
notification.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And I understand they're on a schedule and they like plan these things out with patches and, you know, they're preloaded cards into the game and they would just release at a certain time. But the communication around that was not great, and I was not very happy. And it wasn't until yet again I got on Twitter and I saw my man Hoogland tweet out that he was there in the shop. I'm like, he's here. So he came out today, and he came out like the middle of the day today around noon, and I bought him. And holy fucking shit, this card has changed the game. I have played probably half the decks I have played against in my tier of platinum. Have been playing the deck in some variation or some way. Because there's like quite a few different things you can do with it. Because they don't like, yes, you can do a full package deck with like all like the next card plus the other 7 exchange. But there's also some other strategies, like ones that involve negative power. It's pretty fun.
So it's
really
very versatile. Is what you're getting.
Yes,
at.
that's why
it's
a
not
game
locking
changer.
one meta in.
Yes, it doesn't fit one archetype. It fits. Yes, you can make lots of mini archetypes out of it and do little cool things.
Like discovering a new element.
Yes. It's probably my favorite thing about the game is anytime like a new thing like this comes out that's like a really big game changer, it shakes up the way the game feels in such a positive way. So now that the card's out, I'd say it's like possibly one of the best releases the game has done so far. It's really fun,
despite the clunkiness of the actual
I mean, I get it. This is my hot tip to second dinner. Don't schedule your card releases for evening. So if you know the evening release is for us 10, that means 8 p.m. Pacific time is when it's coming out. Do it in the middle of the fucking day. Do it at noon. So that way you have people in office so you can be working on it actively if there's a problem.
Yeah, true. You're
That's just my thought.
Scramble after the fact.
I think
till the next day to fix it.
I plus personally for me, the daily reset, the big daily one where the new quests come out in the evening rather than or like late at night. I mean, because it was pre-daylight savings time, it was 9 p.m. Now it's 10 p.m. So, I mean, waiting for my daily quests to reset and like getting my new quest that's gonna be for the weekly challenge and stuff, like because there's like they start the weekly challenge cycle on Monday. They give you 3, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they give you another that completes all 7 for the whole week. Bro, give them to me at noon. Give them to me at fucking 1 o'clock. Don't give them me at 10. I'm sleepy at 10. I'm not playing my best at 10. I'm not sharp.
I gotta wait till tomorrow now, bro? Come on.
Bro, well, that's the thing. They give you daily quests, right? Or like, no, it's they give you an easy and a hard quest within the cycle of every 8 hours. So you can stack only up to 6. So if I don't play for a day, I'm missing out on the opportunity to get free daily quests.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's
but
true.
I hate the feeling of being like, oh, cool, the daily stuff is all reset. The mission, and now I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired. And then I start losing and I'm playing poorly. Because this is the equivalent of poker, the card game, or the collectible card game. So like you're gambling a lot. And I don't think the best, I mean, maybe some of the best gamblers do gamble better at night. But I personally, when I've gone through a whole day of working and stuff, fuck that, man.
Yeah,
I'm too tired for that shit. All right.
Why did the bike fall over?
No kickstand.
Because it was too tired.
Hey, ooh. All right. Little quick transition here before we get going. We got a little bit of reacting I want us to do.
Oh hell yeah!
I have a video that's like super fucking based in Pugger.
Oh
so
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
hold up. Yeah,
wait, I know this lady. I haven't seen this video.
One margarita, she will spread her legs.
So this is an abstinence preacher at LSU.
If you buy her 2 margaritas, she will pounce right on your penis.
Yeah, let's go, based.
After 3 margaritas, she will grab your penis and put it in her mouth.
Let's go. This lady sounds kind of cool.
4 margaritas.
She's giving tips right now. She's dropping the riz. It's low key.
based.
She will strap it on and take you.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I think I need to order 5 margaritas on the fly, dude.
I am taking 5 margaritas every restaurant trip now.
Yes, Rachel, how about 5 margaritas? Sam, 5
I think,
margaritas.
I think I've seen her before. She's usually with a guy.
Yeah.
And they have become like a cult classic at the school because
So do you think that she was aware how much they were playing along, or was she like just like playing into the crowd and think that
they're crazy. They think that either they don't know that everyone's ironically cheering with them, or they think that somehow they're getting the message out because there's more people there. But
I don't know, dude.
This
Either way, I need 5 margaritas on the stat, dude.
for real, there's like a couple. They've got a YouTube channel, and there's a couple hundred videos of them doing similar stuff, and there's a good turnout every once in a while. But
I don't.
This is the
doubt
most
that
wild one I've ever
yeah,
seen.
That
Yeah.
one's amazing.
That's crazy.
When they started counting along with the number of drinks,
and she's
holy
like-
shit!
Yeah, she's
That
she's
was
leaning
great.
into it, bro.
All right, and one more thing, we got to react to that song you shared to me recently.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna give this guy. So games we play. If you didn't know, he actually has a Fearless Records deal now. And there's another like full on music video that they shot for this song. But this is the games we play. I hope you're happy official lyric video.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've seen this from the beginning.
Is good stuff.
On the most recent Marvel movie, enjoy. I like the nose piercing, bro.
Oh, he rocks it, dude. I used to have a nose piercing like that. That was cool once.
This is Bowling for Soup, Simple Plan in 2022.
Oh, absolutely. This is where I discovered him when he was singing. He was recording this song. He showed it to like some girl he liked, and was just like,
Yeah.
"What do you think this song's like?" Oh, it's so good. Like, this is me, and she's just like, "Oh, yeah." This chorus rips. Also, the guitar riff here is very good.
Yeah, it's very well produced. Message is cute.
This part got me.
I love that too. Yeah, I don't remember that. He's got a big heart.
Big penis joke. All right. Yeah, man. 5 margaritas, am I right?
Let's go. That might be 6 with those dance moves.
What do you think 6 margaritas would get? Like getting hog-tied or something?
It's like a fifth base, where you put your testicles
Fifth
into
base.
the butthole with a ring, and then you remove the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, baby, based. Baby was getting down. That baby wasn't in a trash can. Breakdown, dude. Fuck yeah.
She's good. What if a girl heard him like this?
Yeah, true. He's feeling it, dude.
I wonder how many margaritas she left him after. 8.
Maybe she put on the wrong strap on. It was too small. So he dipped because it wasn't it. Yeah, can you imagine this song at Coachella? Can you imagine the whole
This
crowd?
song would... Bro, Coachella this year already went hard as fuck with having Knocked Loose. Actually, you know what? I should find that. Because there's a video of Billie Eilish in the background of the Knocked Loose Coachella set. And she's just like headbobbing. Like, Billie Eilish likes Knocked Loose? Holy shit.
That's cool.
All right, with that, we do another episode of 110 Podcast. So thank you
Hey,
guys for
thanks for
tuning in.
tuning in, guys.
We hope you're happy. See ya.